Talk about finding your tribe, finding a group of people that support you. I was reminded of this idea today. I was handing equipment out, signing it out to some of my athletes to use when we're not, able to be in the gym right now. So we were just sort of talking, and they talked about how they like the training and they like the workouts and they like to push themselves and stuff. But the thing that was missing were the other individuals, the people, the group, the sort of family atmosphere that we have at the gym. And yeah, I mean, I think that's a commonly missing thing in people's lives. I think we get too busy with life, too busy with kids and serving other people, which is kind of what we talked about in the last couple of videos also. But we sort of miss out, and we don't remember to do for ourselves. We don't remember to take time to sort of pay yourself. So I think some of that is we don't have that tribe. We don't have that kind of clan of people. A lot of us don't have family in the area, don't have family that we get along with anymore, stuff like that. And that kind of leads to isolation. Isolation is very, very bad for you. And then that can lead to, some depression, and then depression leads to like poor behavior, stuff like that. That's not healthy for you. One thing that people just don't really consider is, one of the first tenets of torture is isolation. They isolate, their hostages or their prisoners, and then, your mind starts to play tricks on you, and then they have like sleep deprivation, all that other stuff. But the losing sleep is the bigger piece of that, and that starts to sort of, I'm sorry, not the losing sleep, that's a big part of it too. But the isolation, not having any feedback, not having anybody to talk to, not connecting with people, and then we sort of feel like life is not really worth being around, and that can just lead to a lot of just negative cycle stuff. So it's important to reach out, and we talked about before how we need to challenge ourselves and get out there and meet people, and we do need to do that. I mean, there's resources in the newspaper. You can find events going on right now. It's challenging, but there's events that are free. There's events that are cheap. There's just different stuff that you can go out and be around people. You can meet new people. You can learn new things. And you can just kind of get out and be. And I think we have to stop talking ourselves out of going to those social things, because I'm definitely one of those people that tends to be a homebody. I'll like lay around, sit around, and not do much of anything. And then, you get depressed, you get lonely, you get sad, all that other stuff, and then negative cycle stuff happens again. So there's a beauty in finding people that have a common thing that they're working toward. In our gym, it's that way. I'm not plugging the gym, but that's one thing that works for us well. But even if it's a gardening group or an art group or whatever, people that like to ride horses and equestrian people and whatever, cooking classes, things like that. But that's how you meet people. That's how you get out and make connections. And just keeping yourself isolated, walking, or driving back and forth from work every day, and that's the main goal of your existence is, clocking in, clocking out, busting your hump during the middle of the day, and at the end of the day you're depleted, you have nothing left, and then what do? Go home, TV dinner, whatever. You're not necessarily eating that well, and just whatever. So we have to stop that negative cycle stuff. We need to keep getting out there and actually start putting ourselves out there. Put yourself in an uncomfortable situation. Right now, again, it's very difficult, but there's ways that you can do that online or whatever, and that's not generally the best way to do it. But maybe we can start formulating these plans to make these positive changes and do these new and interesting things, just to kind of better ourselves. I got a guy that comes to my gym, and he made this really cool goal this year, and he said, I'm going to do, what was it last year? He had some odd amount of races. He was going to do one big, trail race or whatever once a month. I thought that was really cool. And that inspired me to do one, and then I just kind of didn't because I'm a loser. But, he did that, and I really I think that's a cool way to do things. If you're setting goals for yourself and achievable goals, things that you want to do, that you're going to want to do when it comes time. That's a useful thing to do. And then you have that tribe, you have that, connected group of people that have a common interest in seeing each other, succeed and do better and all that. And then you just set those reasonable goals and you keep moving and you keep surrounding yourself with people that lift you up. You have to do that game of addition and subtraction. And if somebody's not adding to your life, you can tell them that, you need some change. And if they're not willing to make the change, then that just sort of indicates how important you are to them. So just start looking at some of those things. Start identifying. Again, I keep saying identify, but I think it's a useful term to use. So just keep working, keep boosting yourself up, and hold on to the people that are picking you up, boosting you up, and that make you feel like you're worth something. And then the rest of the people can kind of figure it out on their own. You got to be here for you first. So, yeah, that's it. So if you guys have anything you want me to add in, talk about, I have some subjects that I'm going to talk about as I keep going along. I'm going to have some funny stories. Hopefully I have the guts to tell them. But yeah, so just keep letting me know, or keep watching, or keep sharing, or whatever it is. And